I loved Freaky, and I can't believe it's taken me 5 years to see this, or the best part of 5 years. It was released at the end of 2020. And the only reason that it's taken me this long is that I kept waiting for it to go onto a streaming platform in the UK. And I don't know if it ever did, but certainly in recent years it wasn't there. I kept waiting. I became really impatient, and finally I took the plunge. I paid to rent it. It was worth every penny. This was released, of course, in 2020. It's directed by Christopher Landon, written by Michael Kennedy and Landon, and we have a cast including Vince Vaughn and Kathryn Newton as the Blissfield butcher and Millie. And early on in the film, we have the Blissfield butcher attacking Millie, a high schooler, with this dagger. And because he uses this specific dagger, they end up swapping bodies the following day. And they obviously wake up, realizing they're in each other's bodies. I will say it was initially slow to begin with to get to that point. It does happen early on, but I think we could have got there a little bit more quickly. There were a few scenes before that I don't think really added anything. But once we got there, from that point on, it was really brilliant. I will say the butcher in Millie's body seemed to kind of accept the situation a little too quickly. But Millie's reaction in the butcher's body was so believable. Vince Vaughn's performance in general was amazing, but in that scene, when he kind of realizes what's happened, or I guess Millie, realizes what's happened in the butcher's body, the performance there was just absolutely fantastic. And the butcher in Millie's body goes to school and is, well, still intent on killing some people, while Millie, in the butcher's body, goes to her friends and tries to convince them that it's actually her and she needs their help to try and solve the problem. It's a race against the clock as well, because they learn about this dagger and they only have limited time. Otherwise, they will be stuck in each other's bodies forever. And what's quite interesting about this is that usually with body swap films, both characters want to get back to their bodies. But we don't have that urgency with the butcher in Millie's body. We're not getting that there. So it's quite different. So instead of those two characters working together, we have Millie and her friends trying to solve it while the butcher is going around causing havoc. And I think that also makes it quite different and a little refreshing. Not that I mind when body swap films are all very similar, because I tend to enjoy them. But it just gave it something else that was a little bit different. And in terms of it being a scary film, there was one moment, I will tell you in a moment with a spoiler warning which moment it was, but there was one moment where I'm thankful I wasn't watching this in the cinema. I was watching it at home on my laptop, because the noise that came out of my mouth was horrendous. The swearing was diabolical, and and I did immediately after watching it look up the scene, and somebody has uploaded this scene to YouTube, and I have favorited that video because it's glorious. But I'll tell you in a moment with a spoiler warning which scene that is. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved every second of it. As I said, I'd wanted to watch this since it came out, and either I missed it on a UK streaming platform, or it has never been available, and I had to rent it. And I can't remember how much it cost. It wasn't very much, but it was worth every single penny. It is delicious. It is absolutely gorgeous. It was a little slow to begin with, but after that, the pacing was great. The narrative was fabulous. I love the story so much. The characters are amazing. The performances are absolutely incredible, and it gets a little gory at a couple occasions as well. So I have no complaints. Not only do I not have any complaints, but this, dare I say it, it might be one of my favourite films this year. It might be my favourite. I don't know. It's July. I'd have to look back through every film that I've watched this year, but it's high up there. It's been a long time since I had such a strong response to a film, and I loved everything about it. Freaky is a fabulous film, and if it sounds like a film for you, I definitely recommend it. And now I will tell you the one bit that I loved and hated in equal measure. So this is the last thing I have to say about the film, and it is, of course, a spoiler for what I consider to be the strongest moment in the film, and it's the scene where the butcher in Millie's body is attacking one of her teachers, and he turns on the electric saw, and the teacher is thrown towards the saw, and it just completely cuts the teacher in half, and it is just so gruesome, and the camera is angled so that we see the body coming towards us, and it splits in half, and it's, oh, I love it. And as I said, somebody has actually uploaded that scene onto YouTube, so if you just want to check that out, or if you've watched the film and you want to rewatch that, I did watch it a couple of times, that's there as well. And it's gorgeous. The film is amazing. Freaky is absolutely fabulous, and I thoroughly recommend it.